I hope y'all are ready to learn some very, 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 very valuable information. If you're already in college and if you're going to college. So, let's get into this video.
At this moment, it just gets me so
What it is, what's up, and what's poppin', my ZAИBAES, and welcome back to the wonderful world of Zay. Thank you, I'm too kind. Anyway, today I'm going to be telling y'all the pros and the cons of being in student leadership. So, as you can see right here, I have my Wiley College student ambassador shirt, which is basically like giving tours and stuff like that. And on campus here, I am very, very involved. So, disclaimer: if you hear any loud me on the other side of my wall are my sweet mates, and they're very, very loud, so we're just gonna ignore them. So, yes. So on campus, I am involved, very, very involved. I am currently the Student Union Activity Board President. I am the Secretary for Alpha Mu Gamma, which is a foreign language society on here on campus. I am, I guess you can say, the President of Rainbow Wildcats, which is an LGBTQ plus support group here on campus. And I am also a part of the Pre-Alumni Council and a member of the Acapella Choir. What else do I do? Oh, and a student ambassador. I give tours and stuff too. So, yeah, as you can see, I'm very, very involved here on campus. And I try my best to be involved because me personally, I don't like being bored. And I feel like, why come to college and spend the rest of all of my 4 years here and do nothing and spend it in my room? Like, no, that's boring. I don't want to do that. I feel like I'm gonna regret my college life, and I tell this to anybody else too. If you whenever you do go to college, if you decide to go to college, get involved. Don't stay in your room all 4 years, 2 years, 3 years. Get involved. Do something. You're gonna regret your college years if you don't do anything. Do something. Get involved in anything, whether that's SGA, your activities board, anything. Get involved. So, without further ado, let's get into the pros and the cons of getting involved on campus. Let's get into it. So, y'all know, if y'all watch my previous videos, I love taking notes before I do videos like this. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, I'm going to start off with the pros. Actually, lies. I'm going to start off with the cons. So, some of the cons of being a student leader is, the first one, it is very time consuming. I mean, very, very time consuming. Like, when it comes to time management, you have to be very, very good at that, because you have to balance not only your student leadership positions like organizations, stuff like that, but also manage your classwork and your social life and stuff like that. So with that, you have to learn time management, and you have to learn how to balance all of that, which goes into my next point, which is balancing school, personal, and work life even. So if you're like me, and if you get the privilege to do work study on campus, you have to, find out where you're gonna work, what times you're gonna work, what times work with your schedule, not only with organizations, classes, homework, events, all of that good stuff. So for me, for example, I'm not even gonna sit here and say that I have everything balanced out, because I really, really don't. Because this semester, I've got a lot more on my plate than I have in the previous semesters. Being president of an organization that has a big name on campus, it's a lot, but it's fun. So I love it. But with that, you have to really, 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 really find a balance. You have to find, what's the word? A system. Yeah, a system that works best for you. A system to where you're not stressing yourself out, and also a system to where you don't burn out, because burnout is very, very real. Me personally, I haven't experienced it, and I don't want to experience, but I know my friends have, where you pile on so much stuff to where it feels like you're going up a hill and there's rocks that just keep being piled on top of your shoulders or your back, and you just fall. That's an example of burnout. You get all of this stuff piled up on top of you, then boom, you crash and burn out. So you don't want that. So you have to find a system that works best for you, so you don't drive yourself insane, because it can happen. The next thing is, you really don't have any time for yourself. All of that free time you had freshman year, all of that time you had to take your naps and chill out with your friends, none of that. I mean, you can have that on the weekends per se if you don't have anything going on. So with that, you're gonna have to find again, a balance. You're gonna have to find a way to like have time for yourself, time with your friends, time with your organization, time with everything else. Like, you know, you're gonna have to try to maneuver, find again a system. This all, I guess, goes back to the same thing of like finding a system, because that's the really the most important thing is finding a system, finding something that works best for you, finding a way to maneuver, I guess, through this college life, through this organization life, and just try to figure out something that works best for you. And like, you really don't have much time to yourself. Like for me, I'm gonna use me for example for all this, because I've been in student leadership since I've been in high school, so I guess it's not what I'm talking about. So yeah, so you really don't have much time to yourself. 9 times out of 10, depending on what organization that you're in, you're gonna be focused on that organization and trying to pass your classes. So with schoolwork and the organization and your friends, like, you really don't have much time to yourself unless you make time for yourself. And that's another thing. You have to try, again, a system. Everything is about finding a system that works best for you, so you don't go mentally insane. So as I stated before, like multiple times, having to find a system and stuff like that that works best for you also comes with like balancing your schoolwork. So struggling with grades is another con of student leadership, because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you can fall short on homework. Like, you get so caught up in this organization and this organization and this organization, and you neglect your schoolwork and you forget why you're here, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of people get involved on campus and all these organizations and this, that, and the third, and you know, be doing great things for the or doing great thing for the schools, but you're not taking time and doing good things for yourself and your grades in order to graduate. So again, with the system, it's up to you to like make a system that works best for you. And that's the biggest thing with this whole con list. It's all about a system. And even outside of student leadership, when it comes to grades and friends and all of that good stuff, going to events, it all is about creating a system that works best for you, so you, one, don't go mentally insane, and so you, two, can pass and graduate. So that's exactly why you're here. You're here to graduate. Yes, getting involved is good. Getting involved is great. But you're also here to graduate. So your grades come first. You are a student first. Remember, you are a student leader. Always keep that in the back of your head. You are a student leader. Put your grades first. They will understand. Anybody that's over the organization, like the advisors, they will understand. All right. So now it's time to go to the pros of being a student leader. And personally, I feel like there's a lot more pros than cons when it comes to student leadership, but that's just me. But somebody else with a different perspective might think differently. But me personally, I think there's a lot more pros than there is cons. So first is a lot of opportunities. And I stated this in my, I think it was my 10 things people don't tell you before going to college video, which if you haven't watched that, you can watch that. You get a lot of opportunities. Even outside of student leadership, if you just network, you get a lot of opportunities. Like me personally, I've been on trips. I've been to Washington before. I went to New Orleans. I went to Austin. And this is all just for being in student leadership and talking to people and networking and getting involved on campus and not being in my room and being the shy kid that I kind of can be, but like I broke out of that shell in order to, I guess, enjoy my college experience, so I don't regret it whenever I graduate. Be like, oh, I wish I did this. I wish I did this. I wish I would have done this. You know, I don't want to be that person. So I say join student leadership because you get a lot of opportunities. You get to network with a lot of people that's like in your major, with outside of your major. Just meet a lot of new people, students that are your age that have done great things already, and you know, y'all are the same age. So it's like I guess a monumental moment, because like it's just, I don't know, it's good for me. I've experienced a lot, so I recommend student leadership because you get a lot of opportunities, you get to travel a lot, and that brings me to my next point, which is travel. So like I said before, I've been to Washington, Austin, and New Orleans with my school, just for being in student leadership and networking. So being in student leadership brings you a lot of opportunities and a lot of traveling opportunities as well, because there's a lot of conferences that you go to depending on what organization you're in. So for example, if you're like in the student government, you get to go to like different conferences and stuff depending on your title and depending on how long you've been in said organization. You get to go to different conferences, meet different students, meet different faculty and staff, and even famous people. Like when we went to Austin, we got to meet Jasmine Crockett. I don't know her exact position, it's slipping my mind right now, but we got to meet her. If you look her up, amazing woman. She's doing great things. So that's another thing. Networking opportunities is the next point. Networking opportunities, like I've stated before, and I stated in my other college video, you have to network in order to get somewhere in college, because college is your time to graduate and do bigger things than what you were doing in high school. It is your opportunity to actually get a career, not just a job. So networking opportunities is like, you get a plethora of networking opportunities. When we went to New Orleans, it was like a career fair. So it was different people I got to talk to and like converse with, and just like, you know, just bounce ideas off with and stuff like that. Like, even though I didn't find an internship or anything that I personally you know, would want to do, because they didn't have anything for my major per se, but it was still great to network with people, knowing that I can do other things that, like, you know, I guess you could say involve my major, because I'm a sociology major with a minor in psychology. So it's kind of, I guess, hard to find, I guess, network. I wouldn't necessarily say hard. It's not necessarily hard. It's just like, it's not as big as, say, an education major or a criminal justice major. But there's still so many opportunities, no matter who you are, no matter what your major is, no matter what your career of choice is. There are so many opportunities. You just have to network and talk to people and find those opportunities. Even if the person that you're talking to does not have necessarily the job or career that you want, they might know somebody that does. So therefore, just talking to somebody will get you in rooms that you didn't think you would ever be. With that, you know, it also gets your name out there. You know, talking to people, you know, just joining student leadership. It just, I don't know, it's really good. It's a great thing, especially if you want to do bigger things in life, as far as like own your own business and, you know, I guess be a teacher, a famous person, anything, whatever you want to do in life. Student leadership will help you get there. It will help you build that confidence, and it'll get you that practice that you need to be in the career field, like to be in the business world, to be in the, I guess, the performance world, whatever career field that you want to be in. Student leadership prepares you for that stuff, and it gets your name out there on campus and outside of campus. So like going to like these different trips and talking to these different people, connecting with alumni, like all of this other stuff, it'll get your name out there, and it'll get your name put in rooms that you did not think that they would be in ever. So yeah, and with that, you also get to meet new people with the, you know, networking and talking to people and this, that, and the third. And me personally, I go to HBCU. I am a proud HBCU goer. So meeting alumni and like other people that went to this school before me is very eye-opening, and it makes me happy knowing that I am a part of a rich legacy, that I get to continue the legacy of my school. And meeting the alumni and meeting the even people outside of state, like when we went to Washington, there was alumni there. You get to meet new people. You get to meet people that'll show you things that you never thought you would see before. I guess, like, tell you things that you never thought you'd hear before. It's just a really great thing. I just say, getting involved with anything on campus, you won't regret it. No matter if you go to HBCU, PWI, anything, get involved. Do something. Do not just sit in your room and waste your 4 years, 2 years, however long you're there. Don't waste it. You're gonna regret it. And last but not least, you get to meet other student leaders. And honestly, that's the best part for me, because I get to talk, communicate, and relate to other people that are my age or close to my age, and we get to, like, I guess you can say, we get to talk about like great things that we've done. Also, we have some of the same struggles, we have some of the same highs, some of the same lows, and it's like good connecting with people that have not only the same mindset as you, but also the same experience as you. Because being a college student is kind of difficult, being a student leader sometimes, because sometimes people that are not in student leadership do not understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a friend that's not in student leadership or anything like that, they won't understand your struggles. So talking to somebody who is in student leadership, and you can talk to them about like certain things that you've gone through in school and all this other stuff while being a student leader, it's heartwarming knowing that I can talk to somebody else that understands my pain. You know what I'm saying? It's just a great thing. And also just meeting new friends as well. Like, I have friends that are in different states. I have different friends that are like in different cities and go to different HBCUs and stuff like that, all because I networked and opened my mouth and I went to these conferences and I joined student leadership. And now I'm getting put in positions such as the SAB president and secretary of African Gamers, things of this nature. I didn't think when I stepped foot on this campus I would be in any of these positions. I thought I was gonna be a shy kid, minding my business, get my little degree and leave. But no. Now I made a name for myself on this campus. I will continue to make a name for myself on this campus. I want to be a part of the rich legacy that is my HBCU. And I would want you to also be part of the rich legacy that is whatever institution that you go to, because any institution has a rich history behind it. And you should want to add to that history. Don't waste your college experience. Don't sit in your room all for 2, 3, 1 years that you're there. Don't waste your college experience. You're gonna regret it. You're gonna grow up having kids if you have kids. And, I guess regret your whole experience because you didn't do anything. Do something, get involved, get your name out there, travel, network. Even if you don't join student leadership, join some organization. Join choir, join the dance team, do something. Just do not waste your years in college, even if you're in high school. This goes for college and high school students. Don't waste your years. You will regret it. Join student leadership, join organizations, get your name out there, build a name for yourself, build your resume. Build your resume. Build your resume and do great things. So these are some of the pros and cons that I personally believe that come with being a student leader. And if you are a student leader on campus or want to be a student leader on campus, don't be shy and drop that in the comments, and drop your pros and cons in the comments if you are a student leader. And if you have any other questions, don't be shy and drop that in the comments either. So until next time you want to step in tomorrow, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss an upload. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.